Hello and welcome. I wanted to share 10 lessons of Earth School. And please bear with me, my voice isn't 100%. I was caring for a sick child all week, and although I was convincing myself that I wasn't going to catch it from her, unfortunately it did transfer a little bit, but I'm doing pretty good. So without further ado, let's get into the 10 steps. And these are going to be wisdom, a deep understanding for all of us. And I think if we get this and really resonate with the message of it, then I think we can make huge progress, and within ourselves, of course. And then we can share and spread that inner wisdom with others as well. So, number one, the most important lesson here on Earth School is to be authentic. And it's interesting how a leaf fell right as I said that. So being authentic is about being who you truly are. And I want you to take a moment here and think about, who are you and how do you show up for the people that are in your life? Because when you think about it, we all show up a little bit differently, right? Like you're different with your mom versus you're different with your friend. You're different with, your coworkers, the people that you work with, right? And so take a really good look at who you are, who do you embody during those interactions, and can you see the goodness in you? Can you recognize how, even though you kind of present maybe different personalities with all the different people that you hang out with, you are at your core still someone good, right? Can you recognize the goodness if you kind of sum up all of those interactions with other people, and can you merge yourself? Can you see yourself as a sum of all of those different personality types that you are, and love that part of you and be whole and feel whole within yourself, right? And it's always the deepest core parts of ourselves is authentic. That is where authenticity comes from. And so, how often are you tapping into that core self, and how true are you being to who you truly are? Number two is the recognition and the importance of recognizing that Earth is a school. And I've mentioned this in many of my videos in the past, that, we truly come here to learn. And that's why Earth School is so hard. That's why it is so challenging. It is really truly meant to challenge us, to put us through the ringer, to maximize our growth and our potential. Without that knowing, we end up resisting a lot and fighting what is, instead of accepting what is and recognizing that everything that is present in your current life is meant to teach you something, right? So it's only through hardship and through difficulty and through resistance that we actually begin to learn and we begin to grow. Number three is to love everyone. And it's something that I had tremendous awareness of this week in particular, as I was caring for my own child with her sickness, and just really tuning into the understanding that everyone, absolutely everyone, needs love. Love is the thread, that connects us, right? So, but love can only really come through authenticity. So it isn't until you truly understand yourself at a core level, it isn't until you have a deeper awareness of who you are at a core level, that you can really truly love yourself, and as a result, love other people, right? You won't be able to love others if you do not love yourself. And especially if you don't understand yourself, if you don't know who you truly are at a core level. So it's very, very important to understand that first, and then you're going to be able to really truly love others regardless of their flaws, regardless of who they are or how they show up. Now, number 4 is to use your inner voice. Now, our inner voice is our intuition, it's our gut feelings, it's our knowingness that we have within ourselves. It is our spirit, talking to us, our higher self, talking and communicating to us. And that is a spark of light. It's like a guidance system, the Creator implanted within every single soul. It's your GPS to God. It's your connection to God. Your intuition is the vehicle through which God can communicate with you and to you, right? It can guide you. It can give you insight and hunches or protect you, right? When you get a bad feeling about staying away from something or someone. So humanity must really learn to trust their own intuition. We must really learn to tap in to that intuition that we all have, like I said, innately within us. So trust that inner voice. Number 5, understand your relationship with technology. And again, big awareness this week that I've had about technology, and really understanding that technology can only do 2 things for us. It's either uplifting us or it's pulling you down. Like if you don't really know what it's doing, then it's pulling you down. Because when it's lifting you, when it's elevating you, you know that. It's an innate feeling that you have within you. It's just a deep knowing that it's elevating you in that moment. Like when you watch an inspiring movie or an inspiring video, or you read, some kind of inspiring message, then you know in that moment that it's lifting you, that it's making you feel better. It's making you feel more powerful, perhaps more inspired, perhaps more motivated. So be very, very discerning about how you use technology and whether you are allowing it to, or you are using it to elevate you, to help you connect with others who are like-minded, or are you using it in a negative, toxic way? And that would be through, watching excessive amounts of TV, or using social media too much, following accounts that, make you compare yourself to those people that you follow. All of that is very toxic, right? It prevents you from being authentic. It prevents you from understanding yourself on a deeper level. So it's very, very important to be discerning about how you use social media, because it is energy. Social media is nothing, like technology is nothing more than energy, right? And we can infuse technology, or the energy of technology, with our own positive energy, or we can infuse it and use it for bad and for harm, and which many hackers and all these viruses and all these different things that we have to be aware of in our online world. That's a very good example of how it can be used negatively. Number 6, release prejudice and release all forms of judgment. I received a big message this week about why it's so incredibly important to not judge others. And that not judging others comes also from innately not judging yourself first, right? And so I'm learning more and more and having more awareness that the more that I love myself, and the less that I judge myself, the less that I have a tendency to also judge others. And while I don't intend to judge others, I've come to understand that sometimes I do, and it's simply because I still judge myself. So there's this awareness that has arisen within me to be very mindful of how I feel about myself, and to be very aware that when I am judging myself, I have sort of an automatic tendency to want to judge others as well. So to be very mindful of that, really pay attention. Like I said, your own inner world is truly the reflection, or is truly reflected in your outer world. And it's also understanding that, when we judge others, even people that are, really bad or that have treated us very badly, then know that, those people came from darkness, right? Whatever is within themselves and how they feel about themselves is what they are projecting outward, right? So, and only love and understanding, actually, that only love can shift those people in the right direction. Excuse me, in the right direction. So when you have an understanding that, you know, someone that has hurt you, for example, in the past, that they hurt you because that's how they actually feel about themselves, and now recognizing that if you can still be kind and compassionate and loving towards that person, then you're sharing that love. You're literally sort of projecting that energy of love towards them. So, which gives them an opportunity to tap into that love, to feel it, to accept it, or to reject it, right? And so much of Earth life is about rejection and abandonment and all of this stuff. So it's very important for people to receive love, even the ones that, you know, society deems as people who are not worthy of it. It's not true. We are all worthy of it. Number 7, control your thoughts. No matter what, you must be in control of your thoughts. Do not allow your thoughts to go down negative pathways and to get addicted to negative thinking, because it's like the number one thing that steers you off path, right? So if you can't control your thoughts, then you can't control the outcome of situations, because it is precisely our thoughts that control outcomes. So when something is really not going well, you know, are you choosing to focus on it not going well, or can you pivot and shift your energy and your thoughts immediately into solutions, into looking for a positive outcome? Because it has a tremendous influence on what you actually get to experience in reality. Number 8, avoid negative influences. Negative influences would be like social media. It would be like watching news or watching anything that's just very heavy or very depressing, very kind of low vibe, right? Those negative influences have to be, and it can even be people. Certain people sometimes can be extremely negative, and it's okay that they are recognized. And if you need to distance yourself, you can still remain loving though towards them in your heart. You can still remain compassionate and kind, but it doesn't mean that you have to, you know, take it. It doesn't mean that you have to allow someone like that to keep being in your life if they're not able to embrace love at all. And that's okay. But like I said, you can still be loving towards them. You know, there are people that I don't talk to, but I still feel love in my heart for them. And it doesn't mean that I'm rejecting them. It just simply means I'm choosing to, you know, keep them at an arm's length, because of the fact that it can be very difficult to, like, when you notice somebody really pulling you down with their perspective or how they see things, and it's important to recognize that it's very toxic, right? So seek positive influences. Number 9, evil has a purpose. Darkness has a purpose. Pain and suffering has a purpose, and it is a master teacher, educator. And so shunning evil, and I've said this before too in previous videos, that I have, you know, respect for the darkness, and I have respect for the darkness because I understand how much duality actually supports this Earth School, like how much duality needs to be present here on Earth School in order for us to learn and to grow. If everything was perfect, if everything was always exactly like we wanted things to be or whatever, you know, life just, there would be no growth, there would be no learning, no understanding of our choices. There would not be any consequences to our choices. So having that knowing within you that evil and darkness is actually necessary for your growth, excuse me, and for your experiences, it also helps to identify the light within yourself. When you see the contrast, right, of darkness within someone else, you will oftentimes recognize the light within you. So it really truly serves a purpose, and it is necessary. And finally, number 10, we are all one. Gosh, and I feel like I'm losing my voice as we go. Number 10 is we are all one. So we are all united by love, kindness, compassion. Those are the energies that unite us. And even though we are individuals, yes, but we are all united and connected through love, because love is the only truth that is truly real. Fear is an illusion, but it is here to test us. It is here to help us differentiate between light and dark. So knowing that we are all connected, and the more that we each work on ourselves, on our thoughts, our feelings, and compassion, and not being judgmental, not being prejudiced, really truly connects us on a very deep level. And it is what makes this world a really beautiful place. It's what makes heaven on earth. It creates heaven on earth. And we experience that through the kindness that we can see. And thankfully, the media has allowed us to see that there is actually so much kindness in this world when a person is helping out a stranded animal, or when I see, people pulling a deer out of like a frozen lake, or when I see someone running to someone's aid in an accident, or there was a video I saw recently where someone lost consciousness, and this one woman was the only woman who kind of clued into what was happening. All the other cars were just kind of dodging and going around this person, thinking they were not driving safe, when in fact they had a seizure and passed out in the car. And this one woman literally ran across the intersection to go and help, slow her car down, stop the car from crashing, and get help for her. So there's so much evidence that we are truly one. And in that moment, those people are united, and it is the love, it is the care, the compassion, the understanding that unites those two strangers in that moment. So it's really important for us to understand these principles. These are like universal principles to live by, right? And it's important for us to learn these principles and truly adopt them in order for us to become the humble, beautiful, pure versions of ourselves that we are on the inside, that spark of love that we have within us. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for your patience with my scraggly voice at the moment. I will be back very soon with my next video. Please like and share this video with friends, family, whoever you think might benefit from it. And do subscribe to the channel to support the growth and to share that love. So thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next one.